Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano. I am Inu Safo. Coming up. Former CEO of Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, Edwin Provençal, arrested by EOCO while attempting to board a flight out of the country. Committee that probed August 6 helicopter crash rules out human error and claims of mid-air explosion, citing a sudden loss of altitude and lift caused by a powerful downdraft as reason for the tragic accident.
The helicopter was airworthy, but it lacked additional safety enhancements. The investigation determined that the accident was caused by the sudden loss of altitude and lift due to downdraft. This loss of altitude without change in power or pitch altitude is consistent with.
Majority Leader Wanta Payamakin referred to Privileges Committee for allegedly defying a parliamentary resolution that removed him from Ghana's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, he has clearly affronted the dignity and engage in an act that constitutes an affront to the authority.
And later, residents of Muzongo in the Asokore-Mampong municipality lament health implications of a dump site situated in the middle of the community.
Ejatimitom obekase hash omasanshi niama bi chemicals bi kra mwaye ya pomuden.
In Channel 1 Business. Bank of Ghana reassures of its commitment to retaining recent gains made by the city. In Channel 1 Sports. Asante Kotoko head coach optimistic ahead of outstanding Premier League fixture with Vision FC. Many thanks for joining us. Let's settle for the details of our stories. Former Chief Executive Officer of the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, Edwin Provençal, has been arrested by the Economic and Organized Crime Office. City News can confirm. According to Channel 1 news sources, Mr. Provençal was arrested at the Kotoka International Airport while attempting to board a flight out of the country. Mr. Provençal had been placed on a stop list as part of ongoing investigations into activities that occurred during his tenure at BOST. He was reportedly apprehended on Monday, November 10, while en route to Maputo, Mozambique, without securing the necessary authorization. A Sierra Leonean woman, among more than 20 West African nationals awaiting deportation, was forcibly removed from her hotel room by officers of the Ghana Immigration Service at the Visum Hotel in Ogbojo, a suburb of Accra. The deportees, who were scheduled to be repatriated to their respective countries, reportedly refused to comply with the deportation directive, prompting the intervention of immigration officers. On Tuesday, November 11, 2025, the woman, said to be a registered nurse who had lived in the United States for 35 years, reportedly pleaded with the officers to allow her to remain in Ghana, explaining that she had no relatives in Sierra Leone. Her appeal was declined, and she is said to have suffered an asthma attack during the confrontation. Information gathered by City News indicates that the deportees were brought into Ghana as part of arrangements with the United States. The Ghana Immigration Service has yet to issue an official statement on the incident. The committee tasked with investigating the tragic military helicopter crash has disclosed that the accident was caused by a sudden loss of altitude resulting from a downdraft and adverse weather conditions. The committee, chaired by National Security Coordinator DCOP Abdul Osman Razak, was constituted shortly after the August 6 incident, which claimed the lives of 8 people, including 2 ministers of state. The committee, although clarifying that there was no corresponding pilot error or mechanical failure, however, called for the procurement of a new fleet of aircrafts for the Ghana Air Force as part of its recommendations. Channel 1 News' Sarah Pia has more.
On August 6, 2025, Ghana was thrown into a state of mourning after a Ghana Air Force Haben Z9 helicopter carrying 8 people to an event about fighting illegal mining crashed into a forested mountainside in the Ashanti region, killing all 8 people on board. The 8 lives included the Minister of Defense, Dr. Edward Omane Boama, the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, and the Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Limona Mohammed Muniru. The rest were Vice Chairman of the ruling National Democratic Congress, Samuel Sapong, former parliamentary candidate Samuel Abuaje, Squadron Leader Peter Ba Femi Anala, Flying Officer Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. Announcing the report of the committee after 3 months of intensive investigations, aviation expert and committee member Captain Retired Paul Fojo explained that the helicopter lost altitude and left due to a sudden downdraft. He further noted that while the aircraft was airworthy, it lacked some additional safety features.
The helicopter was airworthy, but it lacked additional safety enhancements. For instance, the terrain awareness warning system. Now, the terrain awareness warning system, for instance, is predictive. It warns you and puts the pilots in the position to make better judgments. They lack the additional safety enhancements required for the weather phenomenon over that terrain. The investigation determined that the accident was caused by the sudden loss of altitude and lift due to downdraft.
The investigation also revealed that there was no flight data monitoring system in operation at the time of flight.
We looked at flight monitoring and realized that there was no flight data monitoring also taking place. For flight following and tracking of aircrafts, we realized that it was also not there. There's no secondary surveillance radar, no automatic dependent surveillance broadcasts, or any other real-time tracking of aircraft.
In a bid to prevent future occurrences, the committee has made an urgent appeal for the immediate retooling of the Ghana Air Force with a modern fleet of aircraft that are fully equipped and fit for purpose.
There is a definite need to modernize the fleet of the Ghana Air Force with terrain avoidance warning systems and modern navigation systems.
As the nation continues to recover from the tragic loss, the committee's recommendations now place renewed attention on the safety of Ghana's air operations. It is hoped that swift action will be taken to ensure that such a devastating incident never occurs again. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Sarah Apia.
Let's speak to a retired Air Force officer, Wing Commander Patrick Nelson Sogbajo, for more on the report. Many thanks for joining us, Captain.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Commander.
Are the committee's findings close to what you anticipated regarding the facts and causes of the accident?
Well, I think they're giving us a comprehensive report of what really happened.
And in your view, did they provide sufficient information and analysis as would be expected of an investigation of this nature?
I think they did. They did. And right from the beginning,
Hello?
hello?
Wing Commander, yes, we're listening
I
to you.
think they did.
Okay.
I think they did. But there are portions of it which was probably we'll have to really look at again. Because right from the onset of this incident, I said, and we're looking for what happened to the airplane to lose sight, to hit anything, to crash. Because now the aircraft have been exonerated that it was airworthy. The pilots have been exonerated, it wasn't human error. It's the third factor, which is weather, which no human has control over it.
Air Commander, can you explain in, layman terms what a sudden loss of altitude means?
And when an aircraft has to fly, you first send your flight plan to the control tower, and you will select the height you want to go to. And this one will be examined, and the air traffic control will give you the weather report en route of that flight, and also give you permission to start your engine and to take off. And you remain in contact with the air traffic control. So change in altitude is assuming I am flying at 2,000 feet. And for a reason, there's something within that height which may cause a danger. I might like to call back the control tower in Accra and ask permission to go higher.
Right.
This is how we fly.
Right. So we also know that the report had... Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying whether you heard me that this is the way flights are conducted. Your height, your weather, and your route.
Okay.
Must be approved.
So the report acknowledged
These
the
are
absence...
the basic things which we do.
Right. The report had acknowledged the absence of enhanced navigation equipment, but it also maintains that it did not contribute to the accident. Do you share that view?
Complete I share with it, because these airplanes have been flying. For example, I was trained with the Italian Air Force in Italy, continuing in the US and UK. These enhancements are modern equipment, and some of the airplanes don't have them. But that doesn't make them unflyable. The basic equipment you need to fly are standard on aircraft you buy. So without this enhancement, you can still fly.
Okay. One of the recommendations was a modernization of the Air Force fleet. Now, based on your experience, what specific areas or systems should be prioritized?
Well, if the government has money to buy new airplanes, fine. But airplanes are not judged by their age. They are judged by their flying hours. Just like the presidential aircraft, which its maximum check hours is empowering to the manufacturer for them to make sure everything is okay before it's released. Because in an airplane, you can never stop it in the air to fix anything. So they make sure everything is okay before they bring it for flying the flying line.
Wing Commander, we seem to have lost you there. Could you go over what you were saying?
What I'm saying is that aircraft are not judged by the age.
Okay.
They are judged by the flying hours.
Right.
Just like maybe you have a car, you have to change oil at every 30 miles. So is airplane. They are checked according to the hours. So the age of the complete plane where you sit when you are traveling has nothing to do with the engines or the rest of it. If the engines are okay, you fly. If they are not, they take the engines and put a new engine to it. So when you looked at the aircraft the Ghana Air Force has, and one would think that they are too old, they are not. Because this Z aircraft which crashed and been in service for about 10 years plus. And they're still flying VVIPs all over.
Right.
And I must mention that the safety records of Ghana Air Force is very high, extremely very high. Since the inception of Ghana Air Force in 1959, this is about the 4th incident we've had. So our pilots are well trained.
Aside the helicopters, there's establishing a flight data and monitoring system. What is the current status of such systems in the Air Force, and what would an ideal setup look like?
You see, monitoring flight data and the rest will not be the responsibility of the Ghana Air Force.
Okay.
It will be the Ghana Civil Aviation. And you see, for especially, if you look at this incident, Accra to Obuasi is not a standard or a routine flight route. The flight route may be Accra, Kumasi, and then Obuasi. Obuasi is under Kumasi Air Traffic Control. Okay?
Yeah.
So assuming that we don't have these gadgets, these Air Force planes have been flying zigzag in the whole country. And they fly. You know, when you are flying, you have what you call reporting points. It depends on the altitude you are. Helicopters fly in VFR, which means visual flight rules. That means the pilot should have the earth or the ground in his vision. If you're going from, let's say, Kumasi to Tamale or for Accra to London, you go to Instrument Flight Regulations, IFR. You are controlled, and you fly by reporting to stations like Accra, take off to UK, may call Tamale, call Ouagadougou, Bamako, Tamaracet, and then cross the Mediterranean. But when you are doing VFR, like the helicopter is doing, you're on your own. And Ghana cannot afford to plant visual and other communications all over the country. Even in the United States, that doesn't happen.
Air Commander, realistically, how long do you think it would take to modernize the Air Force?
You mean buying new planes?
And the systems and everything, yes.
Now, why do they have to change the systems when the airplanes are flyable? If you buy, the government can afford to re-equip the Ghana Air Force by buying new planes, good enough. But the airplanes they have now are not out of date, and they are flyable. And as the Board of Inquiry said, the enhancement they are talking about couldn't have saved this incident.
Right.
This is purely an aircraft incident. Wherever there are aeroplanes, these things happen. There's no ideal type of air crash.
Wing Commander, I'm very grateful for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Okay.
Let's move on to some other stories now. Let's go to Parliament, where the Majority Leader, Mahama Yariga, has petitioned the Speaker of Parliament to refer the Leader Apenya Markin, the Minority Leader Apenya Markin, to the Privileges Committee for allegedly defying a parliamentary resolution that replaced him on Ghana's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament. Mahama Yariga says the ECOWAS Parliament initially declined to swear in Ghana's delegation following Parliament's decision to replace Apenya Markin as part of the team. He stated that it took a threat from Ghana to withdraw from ECOWAS before the delegation was eventually sworn in. In his petition to the Speaker, Ayariga described the Minority Leader's actions as a breach of parliamentary privilege and called for the necessary disciplinary action to be taken.
Parliament in July 2025 approved a reconstitution of Ghana's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament, replacing the Minority Leader, Alexander Apenya Markin, with the Deputy Minority Leader, Patricia Appiagyei. However, the Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga has reported to the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, that the resolution has been defied by the Minority Leader by presenting himself to the ECOWAS Parliament. He has therefore petitioned the Speaker to refer Apenyomakan to the Privileges Committee for contempt of Parliament.
By defying this Parliament resolution, removing him from the delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament, and actually going to Port Harcourt and attending the session, Mr. Speaker, he has clearly affronted the dignity and engaged in an act that constitutes an affront to the authority of this Parliament. And it is time that the Honorable Afenyomakin be put in his proper place.
I will take the whole of today to consider the complaint, and tomorrow I will then communicate my decision to the House.
Tensions erupted at the Appointments Committee on Monday during the vetting of Chief Justice nominee Justice Paul Bafoboni, leading to a heated exchange between the minority and majority leaders. The Speaker, Alban Bagbin, on Tuesday subsequently referred an apology to the Judiciary over comments and conduct by some committee members deemed discourteous to the Judiciary.
I extend our deepest apologies and assurances of Parliament's continued respect for the Judiciary and its esteemed members. I want to assure all of you that I'll come back on this issue of decency, discipline, and decorum. And this time, I'm coming with the hammer, not the gavel.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofiboa, also laid before the House an agreement between the government and Barari DV Ghana Limited for the mining of lithium and other minerals at Mankesim in the Central Region.
We are thinking about jobs, we are thinking about empowering the people, we are thinking about the industries that will be created and the opportunities that is ahead. And that's why we are making this decision. And so we've brought the agreement back after we've sat down with the company and negotiated a pathway that is in the long-term interest of the people of the Mankesim area and the people of Ghana. When the MPP people come here and tell you that, oh, we negotiated a lithium royalty at 10, they reduce it to 5%, tell them it's a lie.
One would have expected that the royalty adjustment will be an improved royalty adjustment. But the government of President Mahama and the current government is negotiated through the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources with Barari DV Limited, a royalty agreement, a royalty peg, which is lower than the royalty agreed upon by the Akufo-Addo administration, which they rejected. A cursory examination of this agreement suggests that this agreement is a much worse agreement, worse form of agreement than the one agreed upon or the one negotiated by the Akufo-Addo administration. And the question that we asked on the floor of Parliament, what has changed? What has changed?
The assurance from the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, is that this agreement would be thoroughly scrutinized by the House to ensure that Ghanaians benefit from it. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Parliament, Ni Ayukwe Okain.
Residents of New Zongo in the Asokore-Mampo municipality of the Ashanti region say their health is deteriorating due to the devastating effects of a dump site situated at the heart of their community. They describe the situation as alarming and are demanding the immediate evacuation of the site. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Doris Lonta reports.
For decades, residents say the dump site has been a major source of concern, worsening health conditions and creating unbearable living conditions. What began as a small refuse heap, they noted, has now grown into a massive pile of waste that continues to expand with the rising population. They explained that the unbearable stench from the site is made worse by the continuous burning of refuse, heightening fears of respiratory diseases and other public health threats. According to them, the thick smoke that blankets the community also contributes to air pollution and climate change, worsening the already harsh weather conditions.
Chemicals be cry so you need phobia.
Well, and then you cry the mosquitoes yare kwa manipa yare no mo yare no mu wa. This is almost normal almost corpus ne you obola is wa musi no e wi abosi ya de musi ni ba sa me bresa o ka kura obi no boya.
Residents further complained that although individuals are assigned to collect fees for waste disposal, the garbage is not properly transported to designated sites. Instead, it is often burned on the spot, producing suffocating smoke and unbearable discomfort.
Yes,
Almost sorry, a bolano. Almost Gigi bolano no more Koshigu container no more. Almost fanco. If you also Mujis can no more baby shegu for more, no more the jatum. The container no more be see or no more be far co. No moon shane no more hodia and kebebwai.
The assembly member for the Newsroom electoral area also raised concern over the dire health implications of the dam site, revealing that several complaints have been filed at the municipal assembly. He said officials have assured residents that the matter will soon be addressed. He acknowledged that the problem has worsened in recent years, attributing it to the population growth and poor waste management practices, which are now exacerbating environmental and climate-related challenges in the community.
Nobody assemblyman, my fourth time in here. First time no dear, na Indurusa. I say there also population or eba neighbor, and I wish around bola ya ni ho kese te say we, and mostly nipa bibri no mudi bola no eba. And he say they are also check on no. But this is so senior chief executive abayidie. We say inshallah we be ya no di hun kombo. Senior ya be ya obebua na ya yibola no kura free ha. Among for more mutia no so mo beto mo.
Residents say all efforts to get this dam site removed from the area have proven futile, leaving them with no option but to endure the toxic fumes and mosquito bites. They are therefore renewing their calls for the immediate evacuation of the dam site. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Blunter, Ashanti Region.
This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV, still to come. Bank of Ghana reassures of its commitment to retaining recent gains made by the city. We have the details shortly. Do stay.
Yo, Gray, you no go job. You look unhappy and seem to be in pain.
I have this long-standing well at my anus and it keeps coming and going. I feel sick and so uncomfortable, bro.
Have you taken into consideration going to the hospital?
I've been to several hospitals and they keep telling me the same thing. They said it's anal fistula. I have to undergo a surgery. I'm scared I might not be able to hold my stool if I do this surgery.
Wait, have you considered seeing a proctologist?
Which one is that? What do we have proctologists in Ghana here?
Bro, we have a lot of them. They are being trained every time.
Where can I?
Ale,
An anal fistula is an abnormal tract which connects the inner part of the anus to the skin around the anus. As long as this tract persists, there will be a recurring boil around the anus. A proctologist is the one credited with excellent outcomes of surgery of anal fistula. Laser and ligation anal fistula surgeries are the modern methods with very low recurrent rates.
Visit Mwintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center today or call us. Mwintuba Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Hey Ghana, so you know Miss Brother small. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the grades. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out too. You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Business with Neteli Neti Ajahu.
Channel 1 Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
How are you doing, Natalie?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. Tell us what's happening in business.
Let's get straight to our stories. And the Bank of Ghana has reaffirmed its commitment to sustaining the recent gains of the Ghana cedi, assuring businesses and consumers of a robust domestic policy stance to support long-term stability. Representing the governor of the central bank at the 29th National Banking and Ethics Conference in Accra, Head of Banking Supervision at the BOG, Dr. Ismail Adams, said that central bank strategy is anchored on laying a foundation for sustained economic growth. Here is more.
The Ghana cedi has strengthened by 37% against the US dollar as of October, making it sub-Saharan Africa's best performing currency according to the World Bank. At the 29th National Banking and Ethics Conference, BOG's Head of Banking Supervision, Ismail Adams, said the bank remains focused on sustaining the cedi's gains through sound policy measures.
The Bank of Ghana shall continue to sustain the gains made through robust implementation of monetary policy, reserve management, gold for reserve program, and stable remittance flow. While the stability of the cedi could be threatened by global dynamics, including possible rebound in the US dollar or reduction in commodity prices, our domestic policy stance is strong enough to cushion such shifts.
CIB Ghana Chief Executive Officer Robert Jatto said the focus of the conference, building future-ready banks, ethical leadership, sustainable finance and currency stability, reflects efforts to strengthen industry standards with trust, ethics and sustainability at its core.
Today we launched 2 new programs, and that's Ethics 2.0, which is compulsory for all those working in the banking sector, irrespective of the level, at the junior level, manager level, and the ESCO level, even board levels. So that's Ethics 2.0, it's compulsory. And then we have the non-interest banking program. But the Chartered Banker qualification, that's the ACIB, is now a compulsory qualification for all those working in the banking industry going forward. And GAB, Bank of Ghana, Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, we are completely aligned on that. And as you heard the governor, in the governor's speech, that was re-emphasized. So going forward, we want to re-professionalize our industry and make it even more ethical and more sustainable. And we want to put trust and trusted bankers at the heart and center of what we do.
Now, there's a good time to bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. Will outline the more aggressive push for job creation, private sector expansion and broad-based economic recovery as Finance Minister Dr. Kasiala Tuforsen presents the 2026 budget and economic policy to Parliament on Thursday. The budget will be the first full-year fiscal blueprint of the Mahama administration and is expected to consolidate the gains made in 2025. My colleague Neela Telati has more in this report.
The 2026 budget CNR Business understands will be anchored on 9 core objectives to push Ghana's recovery into a new phase. The priorities include reducing hardships, ensuring macroeconomic stability, restoring fiscal and debt sustainability, and rolling out bold structural reforms. Government will also focus on rebuilding investor confidence, achieving inclusive and sustainable growth, protecting low-income earners and vulnerable groups, as well as creating sustainable employment opportunities. The budget further aims to restore good governance and intensify the fight against corruption. Authorities are pointing to stronger gold reserve accumulation, successful IMF reviews, and improved market sentiment as evidence that stability is returning.
If you look at inflation has reduced from 23.8% at the beginning of the year, currently at single digit. We have also seen the Ghana cedi doing very well on the back of the external sector. I mean, gold, cocoa, and remittances have brought in enough efforts to support the performance of the Ghanaian cedi. We have also seen continuous reduction of prices at the pump. The monetary policy rate has also come down significantly.
For 2026, government is targeting real GDP growth of 5%, a primary surplus of at least 1.5% of GDP, a debt to GDP ratio of 55%, inflation within the 8% band plus or minus 2, and gross international reserves of no less than 3 months of imports cover.
We expect the 2026 budget to focus more on growth. We also expect the government to empower the private sector in the 2026 budget, considering the fact that the government alone cannot create the jobs. The government is always the enabler, creating the appropriate environment for businesses to take advantage of. And so we expect the full implementation of the 24-hour economic policy, which is intended to capacitate the private sector to create the decent jobs that we want.
The fiscal plan will also outline steps to deliver major policy commitments, such as the Big Push infrastructure agenda, the 24-hour economy, the Women's Development Bank, the Digital Jobs Initiative, Agriculture for Jobs, and Rapid Industrialization.
Finance Minister Dr. Kasel Atoforsin takes the floor in Parliament on Thursday to present the 2026 budget. But for many businesses, households, and even investors, they will be turning their attention on how the government plans to convert recent macroeconomic gains into improved livelihoods. Reporting for Channel 1 Business, I am Ni Lati.
And that's all for business. I am Neti Ajaho. Back to you, No.
Thank you very much, Nitili. Let's do some more stories. President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to strictly enforce axle and weight restrictions on heavy-duty trucks, warning transport operators against practices that damage newly constructed roads. Speaking during his address at the WA Big Push Project sword-cutting ceremony, he reiterated that while government is investing heavily in new road infrastructure, Channel 1 News' presidential correspondent Akusia Oche has the details.
The sword-cutting ceremony marks the commencement of construction works on key roads in the Upper West region, a project aimed at transforming the area's road network into a driver of trade and food security. The Wahan Lora to Navrongo Hamile Road is also expected to significantly reduce travel time and help curb highway robbery incidents.
For far too long, these roads have been in deplorable condition. Farmers have struggled to transport their produce, traders have lost goods to bad roads, children have endured unsafe and lengthy commutes to school, and armed robbers have had a field day attacking our mothers coming from market. Today, I stand in Guli to say enough is enough.
Government says the introduction of new weight restrictions on heavy-duty trucks will help prevent the premature deterioration of the country's road network.
Burkina Faso has instituted a new weight restriction. And so what our people do is they load one truck here, overload it 120 tons, and then they get to the border and they offload the goods into 3 different trucks before they can enter Burkina Faso. If Burkina Faso wants good roads, we also want good roads. So we're not going to allow you to take one truck and go and offload into 3. So I'm serving notice. We will have stakeholder engagements with all the people in the transport sector. And when we start implementing our weight restrictions, we hope that everybody will comply so that these roads that we're doing will not fail in the next 2 to 3 years.
The sector minister also reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring the use of high-quality materials in all construction works to guarantee durability and value for money.
There's another issue that I am going to be working with the contractors to address. We have noticed that, Mr. President, under your big push, the amount of money, the volume of bitumen we are going to use on this project alone is over 600,000 tons, which is valued over 7 billion Ghana cedis. Your Excellency, one of the reasons that you see some of the roads we build fail is the quality of materials we use. There's no regime in our country that ensures that the bitumen we use is up to standard. And I'm going to be working with the contractors to ensure that no more free will for every contractor to import anything in the name of bitumen and sell. So we are going to be working and have a regime where we can certify that only bitumen that is fit for purpose is used to do your big push project, so that we can hold the investment we are putting in this.
The Upper West region is having a share of roads that are being constructed across the country under the Big Push program. Now, government says while it is investing in new roads, it will prioritize its maintenance. Reporting for Channel 1 News from WA in the Upper West region, Akose Hoptree.
The Conference of Principals of Technical Institutions says political interference, inadequate logistics and weak leadership training continue to affect the effective management of technical schools. Speaking at the 2025 Conference of Principals of Technical Institutions, President of the group, Arko Domite, said many schools lack infrastructure, have overburdened staff and operate without clear strategic plans. The following report has more.
The conference focused on key strategies that principals can adopt to enhance technical education in their institutions. Concerns of political interference and inadequate logistics were among key issues raised by the president of the Conference of Principals of Technical Institutions.
Political interference, inadequate logistics, poor stakeholder involvement, and insufficient leadership training continue to hinder effective governance in our schools. Many of our institutions struggle with limited infrastructure, overburdened staff, and lack of clear strategic planning. Equally concerning is the finding that over 90% of institutions lack any form of staff insurance.
Delivering the keynote address, the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies at the Akenten Apiaminka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development, Professor Humphrey Danso, urged institutions to critically review their current curricula and submit proposals that emphasize more practical training rather than theory.
Our training shouldn't become too much of theory. Theory is good, but let's not leave the practical aspects. That's why quality. You are there. Come together and make proposals on things that will help our institutions.
A representative from the World University Service of Canada, Elvis Kusi, called for broader stakeholder engagement to bridge the gap between training institutions and industry.
WUSC plans to convene key stakeholders and sector actors across the TVET ecosystem to deliberate on how to best make workplace experience learning a standard practice for all TVET trainees in Ghana. The collaboration will help document lessons, share best practices, and identify innovative approaches to strengthen the linkages between training institutions and industries.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Asante Kotoko head coach optimistic ahead of outstanding Premier League fixture with Vision FC. We have the details shortly. Don't go away.
Ghana's finest addresses. Willow Lane and Alphabet City located at Sakumon. Alphabet City is a premier gated community with 24/7 security. Willow Lane, where luxury meets comfort. Spacious 4-bedroom homes with walk-in closet, elevators and gourmet kitchens. 2 lifestyles, 1 trusted developer at Waylead. Our buildings are ready for you to move in right now. So visit waylead.org or call 0240 111119 to book a private tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the grades. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go feed the luckiest. Go feed from Georgia be luckiest. From not the pure cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go feed be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go feed be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it to so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Southern Children's Park and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agri-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gressol, and the Ghana Exim Bank.
You're welcome back. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Bernard Abekuatri. How are you doing, Abeku?
Hey, I'm a miracle. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What's happening in sport?
Oh, your coach is in the picture again. Kotoko won against Accra as a folk.
Of course.
They want to do same against Vision tomorrow.
Of course. Give us the details.
Great, let's get into it, shall we now? Asante Kotoko's head coach Abdul Karim Zito says his side will maintain the same winning mentality they showed against Accra House of Folk as they prepare to face Vision FC in their outstanding Ghana Premier League fixture tomorrow at 3 p.m. The Porcupine Warriors head into the game full of confidence after their hard-fought victory in the first Super Clash of the season. And Zito insists the team remains grounded and the focus is on delivering their best performance.
As a legend, I know what you just said is very dangerous, but to those of us who are fortunate to play football and become coaches, we do challenge or warn our players to go out of complacency. Well, we are approaching with the same attitude. I think beating Hasefo will give you 3 points. Just like beating everybody will give you 3 points. In order to chase your objectives, I think we don't have to take any match better than the other. We all go to chase for the 3 points. So the attitude is come here and then come for our 3 points.
Well, let's travel to England now. And Manchester United forward Matheus Cunha says he's relishing the challenge of helping Manchester United return to the level he believes the club deserves. The former Wolves attacker has made a positive start to life at Old Trafford, linking well with fellow summer arrival Brian Mbeumo. Their recent form has provided a timely boost for manager Ruben